Can science explain everything?
Well, the answer to it is no. These days, it's very common for people to espouse what we call technically scientism, which is saying science can indeed explain everything. But that just doesn't work. Einstein was very clear on this, and he put it this way. He said, you can talk about the ethical foundations of science, but you cannot talk about the scientific foundations of ethics. In other words, science doesn't give you answers to the ethical questions. Now, if we want to probe that a little bit further, let's ask ourselves, what is science? Now, that's not so easy as you might think, and philosophers have rather given up defining science. And generally speaking, we're trying to answer the question, how does something work? Or why does something function as it does? But there is a third question, and that's the why of purpose. And so if we begin to distinguish between those two, science, a set of intellectual disciplines that's geared to studying the world around us, the universe around us, doesn't tell us the purpose of things. And it doesn't tell us the ethics of things. And that is very important, and the greatest scientists realize that. I think perhaps it's best put in the words of a Nobel Prize winner, Sir Peter Medawar, a very distinguished scientist. And he said it's very easy, and I'm paraphrasing, it's very easy to see that science doesn't deal with all of reality because it cannot answer the simple questions of a child. Where do I come from? Where am I going? Why am I here? And he himself pointed out you had to turn to literature and philosophy, and of course I'd want to add theology, to answer those questions. The biggest questions to which we want answers, the why, especially when they're whys about personal existential experience, science doesn't answer them. And as someone put it, you know, science can tell you that if you put arsenic in your granny's tea, it will give her a pretty rough time. But science won't tell you if you should do it or not.
Yes.
So the whole ethical dimension, questions of love, and above all, I suppose, encompassing those, questions of meaning, science doesn't deal with. We got to look elsewhere.